Why hello there, welcome back to EU4 Bugs and Exploits. The following bug is available in 1.17.1 and probably every patch before this. This bug allows you to sort of bankrupt AIs and make them have no more trade power and make all of their armies act as if they had their land maintenance on zero permanently. So, let's get ourselves into a game, and we need to do it on Ironman mode. Well, you don't need to do it on Ironman mode. I suppose it would work on normal as well, but you know, what's the point of these things if it's not on Ironman mode? Alright, so here we've got ourselves a little game as Scotland. We want to take the mission to, whatever. I'll just no CB England, I suppose. So, in order to get this bug to work, you need to sell your target nation some ships. Now, every single time you reload the game, or restart the game, this bug is going to reset. So, England is going to get all of his land morale back and his trade power, etc, etc. And you need to do it in one go. So you could do it to 3 nations at the same time, and then you'd have to, you know, kill those, and then select 3 other nations, because you can't like remove the land morale of everybody in the game. You also need to be able to sell them a ship. So I wouldn't be able to do this trick on Switzerland or Saxony or anything that's landlocked, and I wouldn't be able to do this trick on anyone that hates my guts or that wants to conquer me. But I do believe everybody likes the Scots at the start of the game. Ah, no, Ulster has rivaled me. So I wouldn't be able to sell Ulster any ships because he has selected me as a rival. If I get a coalition, I wouldn't be able to sell them any ships, so the bug won't work on them either. Now, without further ado, let's show this off. So, the best way to show it off immediately would be to hover over England and hover over the Alliance tab. Now, it's going to say Scottish Army Strength -26, and that's a rough estimation of how he views my military strength. So, let's see if we can't improve that a little bit. We're going to split up our navy, and let me just delete a couple ships because he probably doesn't want this many. And let's try and sell him this for the fancy price of 68 ducats. Now, you're not going to get this money because you're not actually going to sell the ships. What we think happens is that we do this, and then he wants to buy this navy, but he can't find it, or he tries to buy it infinitely, and he's like, oh shit, I'm spending so much money on buying these Scottish ships, I better lower my army maintenance forever. And his fleet maintenance. The fleet also will have no morale, and you'll lose 0 troops in fighting him. 0, not 1, 0, 0 troops. So you could do this as Ryuko on Ming, for example, and no CB them at the start of the game. It really doesn't matter because you can't lose. It's impossible. So let's see here. Let's sell him something. Because I'm Dutch, I still want to do it for some money. It's just OCD. It doesn't matter. If you sell it for 6 ducats, the trick will work as well. But if you sell it for 0 ducats, it doesn't work. So you need to sell it for at least 1 ducat. Otherwise, the bug doesn't work. So you press confirm. You don't unpause. You then save the game. And exit the menu and reload. And this is going to take some time because it closes the game down and starts it back up again. So I'm going to cut this out. Alright, welcome back. The game restarted, so let's continue this game. And let's declare war on England, because they're filthy English. Can I advance the frontier? No, that's really unfortunate. Not that I don't like no CBing or anything. But, oh, well, let's wait a month so that the trade power goes away. He's already on 0 morale at this point, so his troops are absolute garbage. But, you know, England usually has a lot of trade power in the English Channel, and now if we look at this, Oh, that's too bad. It doesn't remove everything all of the time. But it removed all of the trade power in the North Sea. See, he has no piece of the pie here. He almost has no piece of the pie here. Still 17, which I'm not really sure why he's getting that. In fact, I'm pretty sure he's not even getting that. See, he doesn't collect it, so he's not doing anything with that 17%. I'm assuming that's just like a visual bug or something. He shouldn't have any trade power, right? So, and once again, I'm bringing up the Ryuko example because I'm doing the Ryuko on very hard difficulty right now. If you do it on Ming, you can start the game whilst making 5 dockets off of trade because you can collect in Hangzhou where Ming has all of the trade power, but Ming disappears, so your piece of the pie is humongous. Regardless, that is not the most overpowered thing that this bug does. However, more money is always nice, I suppose. But now if we were to declare war on England and fight him, there's something really wonky going on. So let us just no-CB the shit out of him and find his army. Of course, the Scots always a glorious +1 shock modifier, so let's go. And find ourselves the English stack. Now, as you notice, I didn't actually sell my ships. I also didn't actually get the money, but that's fine. You know, it's not about that. It's about this. So we've got an 18 stack. We've got 13,000. You would think that'd be really bad, but watch this. Right. I'm not going to lose a single soldier in fighting this battle. So there you go, the English have 0.5 morale. Now, when you lower your land maintenance, it's going to say land maintenance negative something something percent because you've lowered your land maintenance. It doesn't say that here. It says from tech 0. So you would think he has no technology, but if he techs up and gets more tactics, the tactics will show up. And also over here, the max morale is going to show what morale he would have had had he raised his army maintenance. So we think he's lowering his army maintenance, but we don't know for sure. We don't really know what's going on. What I think happens is he tries to buy this navy, and then he can't, because every time you save and reload, there's like minute changes to thingies. And he might try to buy this navy, but he can't find it, and he tries to buy it an infinite amount of times, and then he's like, oh shit, I need money to buy all these Scottish ships, what am I gonna do? And then he just trips balls and lowers his land maintenance forever, because he's going to lower this for decades. If he loses land and loses troops and loses everything, really, it doesn't matter, he's still not going to have any land maintenance. What's also really cool is that if you conquer English land, the rebels that are going to spawn from these provinces are also going to have no morale, so you won't lose any troops. Or, well, the rebels fight a little bit better, so you'll lose some troops, but hardly any, to fight the English rebels. So that's a little weird, because the whatchamacallit, the rebels are based on his technology if you haven't cored it. So you'd think the rebels would have the max morale, but they don't. So that makes me think he might just be on like -1 military tech, but that can't be true. So I just don't know how it works. I mean, I know how it works, but I don't know why it works. I don't know what's happening, but I mean, it does. See, I don't lose any men. Doesn't matter if it's a 20 stack, a 30 stack, a 40 stack. It's I literally cannot lose versus England. I can lose versus Ulster though. I mean Leinster, if Leinster were a threat, and especially on very hard. Something to keep in mind is that the AI hires a lot of Conlicherry, so the Conlicherry will fight normally unless you've also sold ships to those, and you can sell ships to 3 countries at the same time. So you could potentially fuck up England, France, and Castile, for example. But you can't, like, screw up England, France, Castile, save, reload, do the trick, and then do it again on Norway, Sweden, and Denmark, for example, because then England, France, and Castile would have been fixed. Because if you restart, it fixes itself. So let's just show off one more glorious battle. All the Gubrath, motherfucker. And as you can see, we lost no men. And so it says 0.5, but I'm pretty sure it's less than that. It says his morale is on 0.5, but I'm pretty sure he just can't do anything. Anything. Not one bit. So yeah, there you go. You could use this as Serbia if the Ottomans don't start hostile or something, and then you could. Do they start hostile? Yeah, they do. Well, sometimes they don't. Do they start hostile on Karaman? Oh, they do. What about Cyprus? Yeah, hostile. What about the Knights? Ah, so for example, if you wanted to get the Jerusalem achievement, you could sell a ship as the Knights to the Mamluks, and then the Mamluks would have 0 morale, and you'd be able to fight them at the start of the game. Or as the Knights, you could fight the Ottomans, because I'm pretty sure they don't start hostile. Oh, they do. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, you know, there's lots of things that you can do with this. You can't sell ships to rivals. You can't sell ships to people that are outraged with you or hostile. So there are limitations to this. But no, it's still a really cool trick. And suppose you want to ally someone like Lithuania. If we look over to the alliance tab, it's going to be like -24 Scottish army strength, blah, 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 blah. And then if you do the trick on them, his army is going to drop a lot in terms of strength. And then you'd be able to ally him, because it does remove, like, it gives like +20 points to army strength. It might be more than that. I don't really know exactly how much it gives, but I suppose it depends on your amount of troops as well. But yeah, you could do that and then ally Lithuania, and then you'd have to quickly restart the game because Lithuania would be really weak. All of his neighbors would know that he's really weak. This is something other AIs can see or something. I don't know. They'll value that and they'll look at his morale and they'll be like, Which also, once again, leads me to believe that it might have something to do with him getting negative tech or something like that. Because they shouldn't care about me lowering my maintenance. So that's, you know, leads me to believe it has something to do with tech. But I don't know. But then you could ally Lithuania because you get an instant +20. Whereas you normally wouldn't. And then you can ally him, restart, and you'd have yourself a nice little ally. Or if you want Ming to explode, for example, you could do the trick on Ming, and then all of his neighbors will start attacking him because they'll be like, well, we can't lose. So all of the hordes will start eating Ming, and Ming is going to get partitioned. And if Ming gets, loses mandate or whatever, he's going to get completely destroyed. Because he also doesn't have any trade power, right? And that's like 1/3 of his income. So, yeah, there you go. That is the bug. I hope you enjoyed. Please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more of this shit. I'm going to be using this to try and do the 3 mountains on very hard. We already got it on normal. Using a super general. But we also could have gotten it using some custom nation bug, which I believe was 1.13, but don't quote me on that. And if you're watching this like 6 months from now and you're like, well, I really want to use this bug, but I can't because then you can revert your game to this patch, which was 1.17.1. And you'd also still be able to get achievements. So, anyway, thank you for watching. Already said that. Please be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more of this shit. And, yeah, soon there's gonna be 3 mountains, very hard difficulty, fun times. There's that. And, yeah, anyway, thank you. And bye-bye.